Hey, praise God Almighty, Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit. I'm Motel Granite the Great for the Motel Granite Show. And today is Jueves, Thursday, for my Spanish-speaking people, for my English-speaking people. And still is the month of December, for those that's trying to catch up. I'm Motel Granite the Great, and I just want to jump in and say that I just witnessed an accident. And let me set the story up. First, let me take 3 deep breaths. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. It's 6:53 in the morning. And closing in towards the weekend. And we're softening things up in life, I guess, because of the holidays are here. But this is about the people once again, and why you have to do the best you can to drive careful. A car that was in front of me probably about 3 miles before the accident was weaving in and out to every single spot that was open. I'm sitting back because I'm noticing every little gap that was possible, this vehicle would weave into it and weave in different directions. So that radical behavior, in my opinion, ended up causing an accident. Now, that weaving, in my opinion, made him guilty of the fact that it was a car coming off of a side road that didn't slow down or anything and just came directly into traffic, which was extremely bizarre in my mindset. Is the person on drugs? Did they have a stroke? Did they have some type of medical emergency? Were they fumbling with a device? Something. Were they sleepy? Because the person coming off the side of the road emerged from the horizon and clipped the car that was weaving in and out right as they weaved over to the right lane. See, that weaving and driving like that, maybe even the car that was coming off the side thought they had it clear. Maybe they thought they had it clear because they probably actually did. And because the car that was in front of me is weaving so much, but the car coming off the horizon doesn't know that this maniac is weaving in and out of lanes. So there's a road to jump onto the main traffic. The car that's weaving dives over into the right lane. The car that's coming up thinks that it's clear and is going regular speed, not even slowing down to make the turn, and clips the back end of the car that was weaving. Now, who's wrong? You can start with A, both. You could go with B, the weaver. Or you can go with C, the car coming off the side of the horizon. Now, that's one example. So type that down at the bottom, who you think is at fault. Shout out to, I'm changing gears. Shout out to, what is the name of this gospel spiritual video? I cannot remember it. But anyway, a guy that was a pastor, and he was talking about the parables of Jesus. And whether it was the one with the prodigal son who left, came back. I can fill y'all in on details if y'all want to know. I can do a different video if you just put it in a comment if that's what you want to know. Or you guys might know this information better than I do, which is fine as well, because I'm all passion. I'm all emotion. And so so in the parables, the concept at the end of the day, whether it was these tax collectors throwing a party for Jesus, and Jesus said, why don't you invite the poor people in so that they can get a chance to get a piece of a sirloin steak, mashed potatoes with real gravy and stuff, so they can have sweet potatoes, sliced onion, and a Diet Cola. They would like to have something like this too. So the scribes and the Pharisees, the nosy people who stand outside and should mind their own business, are looking in the windows, fogging up the windows, and complaining about Jesus sitting with these rich people that rob poor people. Jesus is actively inside of this celebration, which is for him, but he's trying to promote a sense of giving from the rich people to the poor people. Jesus is saying in this parable, whether it's dirty money or clean money, the distribution of it in the right way is what matters. Jesus is also alerting them to know that money doesn't matter because it won't have any value in heaven. So it's not a coincidence that they said Jesus didn't have any money or he didn't have any pockets. It doesn't matter. The parable with the prodigal son was son leaving. The other son was upset that when he returned, and the father was positive and excited about the son's return. So he threw a gala, a party, an event to celebrate his lost sons who spent his money on prostitutes, OnlyFans, and women on Backpage, and simping, like husbands who go to galas, events, and try to pick up other women while their wives are not around them. Those are the ones that's breathing through the windows complaining too. So the other son gets upset because the father's doing this. The Pharisees got upset because of what Jesus was doing. And the real lesson is in the parable about the tax collectors, they would cheat the people out of their money. So if something was, and this sounds familiar because it's happening today, if something is $5 and they charge you $7.15 or $7.20, what they're doing is shaving off the top the cost. This is how they remain rich and taking advantage of the poor that are guilty as well, drinking liquor and sometimes trying to buy poisonous food that we eat, marijuana to smoke, and alcohol to drink. So the guy who was, I guess, the boss, not the main boss, but worked up underneath the main boss, got caught shaving off of the price for the poor people. So they would say, he asked the guy, he said, hey, how much is your bill? My bill is 100 shekels. He said, okay, go ahead and erase that and move it down to 80 shekels. One guy said, hey man, how much is your bill? The guy said, my bill is 80 shekels. He said, move it down to 50 shekels. The main master guy, the head tax guy, could have been Matthew, could have been any hillbilly who was in charge. Companies, run things, who can control the wages, 25-cent raise, 50-cent raise, making people work every day, all day. Don't want to give them vacations, no lunch breaks, for real. Those people who want everything from you and want to give you nothing. Them. So the master guy above everybody caught the boss guy shaving the money off for the poor people. And he didn't even get mad, they said. So imagine if you work today at a job, and I know you do, and your job sucks, and it's useless, and your boss sucks. Imagine if you had a the boss caught the supervisor giving you a break off of the money that they was raising. So cut you a check, so to speak, for $1,000 for your work. Hey, I tell you what, since you've been going through this and you've been getting cheated, I'll cut you a check for $1,000. The master guy, who realizes that was cutting into his money, didn't even get mad about it. He actually praised the supervisor guy who was taking the bonus money and giving it to and sharing it with the poor people. The prodigal son's father didn't get mad or didn't care about the son had taken his wealth, the money, which doesn't matter, remember, and get rid of it. He cared about the return of the prodigal son. Jesus cared about the return of the greedy tax collector. I'm talking about seeing if there's a return from these greedy bosses in these jobs. People are working and making all of this, earning all of this wages for the master, the slave masters, for the people who pick cotton. Will you give them a break? Let me tell you the story real quick about the hillbilly, I like to call him. It's the Wizard of Oz. Ted called him a softy. You can ask him any question about the job. He can't answer it. He doesn't know anything. You can ask him what his name is. He doesn't even know. But if you ask him, like I did, hey, can you, since production is slowed down because of we don't have the correct parts, can you take your foot off the neck of production? And he said, no. He operated rule number 2 before I could even finish the sentence. No. So the lesson here is, if he was able to take his foot off of my neck as production, and the production people give us a bonus check because we're the poor and we work hard, he would be exhibiting what Jesus wanted. But he'll never do that. And he's trying to protect money that doesn't matter. Y'all get that? Y'all get that? Real quick, Give me a thumbs up or a number 1 in that chat thing or whatever they call it down there. Comments if you get it. But lastly, and I'm gonna get off of here. Again, happy Jueves Thursday to you guys, and stay blessed. But God bless me. We're talking about this scenario again. I helped a poor person in a predicament. The tax collector overcharged me. What they were supposed to be providing for a service never happened. The poor person that I was helping was in a situation where they was inconvenienced for over a week. I'm trying to stay as poised as I can because I'm enjoying coaching football, enjoying coaching basketball, enjoying doing my YouTube channel, enjoying doing my novel, enjoying talking to my family, and enjoying playing my video game. Because I'm enjoying these things. I want my peace back, so I'm trying to help. This snake of a tax collector was so hell-bent. Now, I had already spent shekels for my own self to support the company because I needed a repair as well to my vehicle. So, because of the situation, the snake-like investment that was surrounding me, my heart was in the right place. I'm trying to help the poor person. I'm trying to help. So what ends up happening is the tax collector, from the greed, is not necessarily forced. Even though I had naysayers tell me, oh man, the tax collector got a right to keep the whole money. I didn't want to say nothing because I realized the more I talk to people, the dumber I feel. So I quit sharing emotions and shit that really matters to me, and I stay in darkness. So to make a very long story short real quick, Jesus blessed me anyway with the money because I got a portion, a decent sized portion of my money back from whatever these fumigadors was trying to do. Tax collectors, these cucarachas, whatever they was trying to do, I got a portion of my money back. So that was a blessing. And that's the moral of the story. You try to do the right thing and let that be it. Okay, God bless y'all. God bless us.